It's tea time!
This is where we spill the tea.
I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee
my
Snyder's
God.
calling it.
Wrap it up.
We've been hanging out with the hot teas.
The hot teas, by the way, armies. Hashtag
Long
Long Island
Island
Life.
Life.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on why we're living our best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good this week.
Yeah, see?
No,
Good.
I'm back. It was a hard couple weeks, but this week has been so busy. So crazy busy.
I feel like, we're going to talk about it later on in the episode, but what we did on Monday, I think it was, threw me off completely.
Oh.
So that literally every day I thought it was Friday.
Yeah, so it's been crazy, and we kicked it off. I'm doing good. I'm excited about the show.
Yeah, it's
the
awesome.
show is super amazing.
I know.
Because on Monday, like you said earlier in the week, we were able to interview Murr from what's it called?
Impractical
Jokers, and amazing. First of all, such a cool guy, and we're gonna play this interview for you because I thought he was so interesting, and it was nothing like I thought it was going to go.
Well, you know what's so funny is that every single person in this office and probably on Long Island watched this show because the Impractical Jokers are based off of four best friends, I think from Staten Island.
Staten Island, yeah.
But, it's New York.
Yeah.
So you're
yeah.
that's home.
Yes.
And they are incredible.
Oh, my God,
They
yeah.
are hysterical.
And they go to Long Island a lot.
They go to Long
Yeah,
Island a
they're
lot.
here.
One of my favorite episodes was they went to Jones Beach concert. They went to Imagine Dragons concert, and one of their challenges was that two of them lost the challenge, so they had to be the opening band for Imagine Dragons.
Oh my God.
And you have to watch this clip because it's hysterical. It's not Murr, but it was Joe and Sal, and they are pretending that they're rock stars, right? Opening the band, but Murr and Q are the ones telling them what to do and say, and then Imagine Dragons pipe in too. They're like, "All right, break out and do the worm."
Yeah,
It's hysterical.
When you hear Murr, he's just so cool. Loves Long Island, as you can tell. He's going to be here at the Paramount. So we'll play that interview in a minute. But my kids just thought it was the coolest thing. They can't wait. They think I'm like a celebrity now just because I was able to interview
So
Murr.
you can just talk to him,
I know. And he was so down. And I love his new project, which we talked to him about mostly.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But let's talk about this wine of the week, which is awesome.
It's my fave, actually. It's Wollfer Estate's Chardonnay 2019. This Wollfer, we love Wollfer.
Wollfer, love it.
Wollfer's on the South Fork of Long Island. Wollfer Estate Vineyard and Stables on the east end of Long Island was established in the 1980s by Kristen Wollfer. This doesn't really describe the wine, but it's a Chardonnay. It's delicious.
I can tell you, it feels like a perfectly balanced, not too heavy, but not too light Chardonnay. I love that it's a screw cap. It's something you can take. It's not, it's not expensive, but it's not inexpensive.
Right.
So you can take it to a girlfriend's house or to a nice event and feel like, wow, it's a really good quality wine.
It is.
Wollfer puts out quality
they really
wines.
do, and I absolutely love that vineyard. I mean, it's almost old time-esque. You know what I mean? When you go, you feel like you're kind of back in time, and with the water fountain and everything.
Oh, it's
just so
beautiful. It's beautiful, and they have the indoor and the outdoor seating, and it's right, in the heart of the Hamptons.
Mm-hmm. And they
And so
decorate
you get a lot of
beautifully.
celebrity spotting when you go there.
The Beebs. The Beebs.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
there,
I mean,
some of the
honestly,
Baldwins.
You literally never know
Yeah.
who's going to be there when you go there.
I love it, and I love a Chardonnay. So this is.
But
perfect.
we definitely recommend that you go to longislandteapodcast.com for information. And if you want to go to Wollfer or any of the vineyards or wines, we recommend you make a reservation.
Yes.
And so, Sharon, real quick before we go to the interview, I thought we've actually been getting people that are writing
I know,
us.
We talked about this. We didn't know. So what
Oh
it
my
is
God.
it's a web submission on the website. You fill out a form, and we weren't being notified that we were
didn't know.
getting
We
these
didn't know.
messages.
Look, we're new to this, okay?
So we have a ton of messages that I am excited to read, and I'm sorry if they're old.
Yeah.
We don't know when because there's no date
Yeah.
on it. But one of my favorites was the gentleman looking for single ladies. He says, "Hey ladies, I'm 63 male, single, reside in Mastic, Long Island. Looking to meet single ladies. Dating sites are the worst. Can you recommend places that people are around my age group? I'm in shape, 6 foot tall, 188 pounds, former military, former PD officer, homeowner. Looking forward to your recommendation. Thanks, Bob."
Oh, Bob. Bob sounds awesome.
Right? I'm like, Bob, I got a sister
Where
for
was
you.
Bob when I was single? Bob sounds amazing.
He really does. I think, like, I don't know. What
Being
would you
single
say?
is so hard. It's
It is
hard.
hard. I would say, like, a park.
That
like
sounds
go for
super
a
shady,
walk.
Sharon. I would not tell. I would, Bob.
Well,
Do
like,
not take that advice.
why not? Why
Don't go
would
to
you
a park
go,
and, like, that
walk
seems
around a lake somewhere? No.
No.
Why not? I would.
Even Chris is like, no.
You
Sharon.
have a dog? Go to a
guy
dog park.
walking around a park, like, looking like a little pervy, looking for a woman. That's scary. No.
If you're a gentleman about it.
I don't know. If a guy approached me at a park, I would be like, sketch, get away from me. Don't talk to strangers. No, ma'am.
All right, then what do you say?
You know what? Also,
A bar?
No, well, yes, of course. But like a wine bar, which is, it depends. A vineyard, maybe, you can go to classy places. But where you can really pick up people, and it's also kind of sketch, is the grocery store.
Yes.
Chris is shaking his head.
100%.
The grocery. Chris, Old Lang Syne. Didn't they see each other at the grocery store? Your favorite song?
Chris's favorite song. That's so true. I tell my sisters that. I'm like, the best time to go, like, sometimes, like, I'll run out late at night, like on a Monday night to get stuff, like I need milk or whatever, and I'm like, dang, all these single people here.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm telling you, the grocery store is a hookup
it is.
place. But I think, you know what? If you want to meet somebody that has your same interests, then I would say, like, there's so many clubs and organizations and things you can do either through the library. The libraries are amazing too.
Yeah.
You can go to, like, yoga class, or if maybe you're a Nighthawk watcher. I don't know. Do you like the Nighthawks? Because there's always a crowd of people there that look like they're available. I don't know what's going on there, but or bingo, or like what?
Yeah, like a gym. Like if you're in shape,
Yeah, you could go. Yeah, he's in shape.
That's great.
He's in shape, so you could join like a running club or a walking club.
Exactly. Like they
Yeah.
have, a lot of the parks have like running clubs.
Because then you're meeting people that have the
Hence
same
go to the
interests.
park.
Oh my God, Sharon, stop! Not alone though. Don't approach strange
Join
women at
the
the park.
running club
He's
at
gonna
the park.
approach a strange woman and be like, "Discover Long Island. The hot Long Island tea told me to do this." I'm like, "What? No, don't do that." But Bob sounds like a catch. So how about this? How about if you're single, lady, hot tea, and you're interested in Bob, reach out to us.
We got his information. We got his contact
We've been
info.
talking about doing like a Love is Blind with
I
Bree.
am watching Love is Blind.
It's
I know we're all
a
over the
train
place.
wreck.
But I skipped right ahead onto season 2,
It
and
is-
I'm like,
I
literally-
started with season 2, and I
Me
was like,
too,
"What
exactly. Like,
is
I haven't
happening
watched-
here? This is
Who's your
hot mess."
favorite?
I don't know. I couldn't get past the first. I need to go back in because I'm like, all you people, Shayna and Shane,
they're hysterical.
they need to be together. I heard that they don't
They
end up
gave
together.
me like, no, they don't. But they also gave me like severe. I couldn't stand watching them. I'm like,
They
just shut
are
up.
meant for each other.
Shut up.
They're both morons who
I
love.
mean-
who love their mirror more than they're ever going to love
Exactly.
anyone
And, like,
else.
It was like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, Bob, ladies, if you're interested in dating Bob, yes, call
Contact
up.
us.
No, there's one about somebody that wanted. The other one was somebody that wanted to know which wines we're drinking and the names.
So she says, I listen to your podcast when I'm walking in the morning, probably in the park. The wine sounds so good. However, I cannot find the names on your website. Is there any way you can list them? Today you had a Moscato Pinot Noir wine, but I didn't hear the name. Can you help? So
Okay, I can't help because I don't remember what that wine was.
I don't remember having a Moscato.
But we did have. So just Alyssa, if it depends on where you're listening, but we always put the names of the wines in the notes. But I think we could probably also do it on Long Island Tea Podcast. Like previously wines featured.
Yeah,
we could
maybe we
actually
could
put
do
together
that.
a
Yeah.
list. So
on our website.
I'm looking at Alyssa and Shannon like, oh.
Girls.
I know. Somebody help do that. But that's a great suggestion
Yeah.
to actually list the wines on our website because they're so good and people are people love hearing us talk about them, and when we describe them, they're like, "That's the kind of wine I'm looking for."
Right, exactly. And all of our ratings on our podcast are like, I love listening about the wine.
Yes.
Tell us about
I
it.
love that white Merlot. I'm not going to lie.
I know,
White
it's
Merlot.
awesome.
Okay.
Another one we have here is, would you be interested? Oh, this is my favorite.
Okay.
This is Richard Plutzer from Pindar. Would you be interested in doing an episode from either Pindar or Duck Walk? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk, Richard.
Yeah.
We are so there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll call, we'll put the team on it.
Yeah.
We're calling Pindar and Duck Walk. Let's do both.
Yeah. Why
Because
not?
Pindar is on the North Fork and Duck Walk is on the South Fork. So you get a totally different experience at both vineyards.
And I love both of them.
That are
They're so
owned
much
by the
fun.
same family. And I think they also own Jason's Vineyard? Something like that. So yeah,
Jason's
they own
Vineyard.
they own a few. So yeah, and in fact, Pindar, one of Pindar's wines is one of the ones we have queued up to drink.
And we had a
in the next few
Pythagoras
weeks
last week.
Oh
or
yeah,
2
yeah,
weeks
yeah.
ago. That was
I
really
love
good.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I love coming out there, especially when the weather gets really nice, because they have a lot of concerts
Yeah,
and
they
like
do a lot of
special
live
events.
music and
It's awesome.
Picnic tables.
All right,
and stuff like
Richard,
that.
we're going to call you. So with that said, we're going to, thanks for writing us. Now that we know how to get your comments,
This will be a weekly thing, I think.
yeah, go ahead and please, you can either DM us on our Instagram, which is Long Island Tea, or you can go to longislandteapodcast.com and there's a form on there. And you can just fill out the form with any question or advice. And I loved it. I'm here for Bob, and I think we're gonna hook him up if he's not already married by now, because I don't know what happened. How long ago that comment was.
That's so
He
funny.
sounds like a catch.
He does sound like a catch, and I was just like, I want to help him.
Yeah,
So, Bob,
I like him. We
got you, buddy.
Bob, you're a new best friend. Okay, so speaking of new best friends, the man of the hour, James Murray, is on the Long Island Tea, and we had an interview earlier with this week. Such a great guy, so let's tune in. Okay, so Sharon, without further ado, let's welcome James Murray to the Tea podcast. So
I
thanks,
love
James,
it.
for being with us. Do you like to be called James or Murr?
Either way, my friends call me Murr. You guys are my friends. Let's go with
Oh,
Murr.
Yay.
Well, we are so excited to have you on the show, and it's funny because you're like Long Island in general, and all of us in this office are like the whole team's in here to see. You're huge fans of the Impractical Jokers, of course. You guys are like a household name, which is amazing.
Gosh. It's incredible.
But you know what my response was when I heard that you were interested in coming on? I was like, "What's the joke?"
Are we part
I was like,
of the
"We're
prank?
part of the joke." I was like,
hope
Sharon,
it's not. No, there's
sweaty
nothing
balls.
I've set up. There's no joke I've set up for today. This is just fun. Yeah, it's
This
all
is
good.
awesome because I often make fun of Sharon and I that we kind of started off like an SNL skit,
Yeah.
with the podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Do you have a podcast?
I do not. I've actually not really listened to any podcasts in my life. I'm busy writing books.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
yes.
And I think that is so cool because I think everyone knows you and your friends and your crew for being the Impractical Jokers. And again, you guys have made like an incredible career out of that. But I was reading your bio. The interesting about you is you are an acclaimed author, actor, producer. You owned your own production company. You were really out there and have diversified. I think that's probably really surprising to a lot of people.
And I'm a heck of a gardener, too. We have the best garden in my yard. We grow everything. I grow, no joke, 50 different fruits and vegetables. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
That's a skill. I cannot do that. I can't even keep a house plant. I'm one of those
I know.
Long Islanders that like my mom dies and then I just throw it in the woods. I'd say that's a real skill. It really is.
It really
It takes
is.
patience.
Yeah.
Which I also imagine writing books takes patience.
It takes the easy part is coming up with the idea for the book. The hard part, and I also think the easy part is the pitching, developing of it. The hard part is the writing of it. That takes a lot of work and
Well,
intense creative focus.
I was really interested in the book Sharon and I both were. We were like, oh, that's so cool because it's like a YA, like a young adults, like a youth book, which is like again I think surprising for a lot of people. But can I ask you because when I was reading your bio, you went to Georgetown,
Yes,
right? You're
indeed.
from Staten Island.
Yep.
And then you went to Georgetown in D.C. And as a mom of a high school daughter who's about to go to college, and I'm taking her looking at colleges, I wondered, like, what did you major in, and how do your parents feel about you becoming an impractical joker with that degree?
It's very funny. We joke about it sometimes on the show that I was like the valedictorian in school, and I had like a really good grade point average, and went to Georgetown and did really well. And meanwhile, Q at one point was a toll booth collector. He dropped out of college. I think he was an ice cream truck driver at one point, and him and I make the exact same amount of money.
Oh my God!
Your parents are proud. Like,
but,
great.
But he's far more charming than I am, so
Yeah.
I can't, you can't teach that in school.
That's
No, but it's I do credit the education with. I was a writing major, English major, and so I always kind of dreamt of writing books. So I do credit the school for two things. One is making me an excellent writer, which has helped with developing and pitching TV shows over the years. I worked in TV development for many, many years. And secondly, it got rid of my Staten Island accent, which I appreciated.
Right. Which is important if you want to appeal to the masses, right? It is important.
Well, I don't know. The other guys still have their thick Staten Island accent. It's worked fine for them.
Yeah. And it seems to work okay for Pete Davidson, too, or whatever. He seems to be like the Staten Island king, right? But so you have, it is actually really smart of you that you have such a diversified career. I mean, you have this whole, again, you've done quite well for the Impractical Jokers. So cheers to Georgetown, because it is
right,
something.
exactly. And your best friends.
And your best
that's
friends.
crazy.
Yeah. And who would have thought you could make a
That's
career
like a
on
dream
that?
come true.
But it is a lot of work. I'm sure it's a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, a lot of writing, and that gets then transferred into your books. And you've had several of them. I mean, you started with Awakened. That was your first kind of foray, right?
Yeah, I wrote Awakened on a dare in 2003, but I wasn't famous. I didn't know anybody in publishing. I didn't have an agent or a manager or a lawyer or anything like that. And after I spent a year writing it, it was an action-packed sci-fi horror. And at the end of the year, I naively sent it out to every publishing house in New York City, and they returned it to me unopened. I couldn't get anyone to read the book that I spent a year of my life writing. It sat on my computer for 15 years. And in 2017, I sent the same book without a word changed into HarperCollins. They bought the trilogy immediately. And that first book, Awakened, hit #1 on the Sunday Times International Bestseller list.
Wow. Congratulations.
That's amazing.
It led to a whole book career. So Awakened was a trilogy. There were 3 books there. Those are sci-fi horror. Don't Move came out after that from Blackstone. That was a pure horror about a church group that wanders into the wrong woods one summer. Then last fall, The Stowaway came out from St. Martin's Press. That is about a serial killer on a cruise ship and the only woman on board that can possibly stop him and knows his MO. It's being developed into a movie.
Wow.
Great mystery thriller. And then now we have 3 books. Area 51 Interns is a YA middle grade kids book series about a group of kids whose parents work at Area 51, and it's Take Your Kids to Work Day. When they go to Area 51, all heck breaks loose. All the adults get captured, and it's up to the kids to save the day every single book. It's great, fun, funny, action-packed sci-fi adventure for kids.
Yeah, go ahead.
And next year, I have another serial killer mystery thriller coming out called You Better Watch Out. It's set during Christmas time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, you're right up. I mean, your timing is perfect. Although it was 15 years ago, your timing is perfect now because everyone's into true crime, and then sci-fi connected with that. And it's funny because we were looking at your Area 51 book, and I loved a lot of things about it. Like, yes, you were saying like you and your wife, you have a puppy, right? You don't have kids yet.
No kids yet. Just a precocious puppy. So
yeah, but your audience is really that audience, right? I mean, because I have a house full of teenagers. There's 5 teenagers in there, and they were all freaking out. This is the only thing I think I've ever done that they think is cool, ever.
That's where it came from. It really came from that. Like so much of our fan base are like kids, like 7 or 8 years old and up into their teenage years. They're obsessed with the show, and their parents watch the show too. It's kind of like the biggest compliment I think we get is that we're the TV show the whole family agrees on.
Absolutely.
Which I think is a massive compliment,
Yeah.
So that's why we said, shoot, let's do a book series for kids. And it's that special time too. It's that summer, I'm sure you guys remember it too, that summer between 8th and 9th grade, when if you're going to a different high school than your friends, you think you're never going to see your friends again. Because you spent the first 8 grades of your life with your closest friends, and you all split up going to 9th grade. The world suddenly becomes a lot bigger than your grammar school was. And that's a stressful time for kids. So Area 51 interns, it's these best friends, 8th grade, the summer between 8th and 9th grade, when they have to realize that their friendship will never die. It's going to be there forever. And they have to learn about themselves in the process. It's just a very universal feeling we've all had in that very specific summer in our lives. You know?
Yeah. And it's a great time because it's also still a little bit of an innocent time in life, right? And I love the book. It gives me Stranger Things vibes.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
Totally.
Yes.
Is that
Totally.
true? Yeah, I was like, it's so cool because that's so popular. Do you know Stranger Things originated here on Long Island? I'm not sure you know that. The Montauk.
The
hero,
right.
Camp Hero.
Camp
yeah.
Hero.
Camp Hero at Montauk.
Yeah, you should do your next book about that.
Yes, which is that government
Yes.
kind of conspiracy thing, right?
It's a time worm. It's a time
Yes.
worm. It's about
Is that basically the Philadelphia experiment? Do you remember that?
I don't think, is it the Philadelphia experiment? I don't think so. That's different. No, this was, but yeah, you're right. I mean, literally Stranger Things was going to be called something about Montauk. I can't remember what the name was. And then Montauk said no. So now, but it's based on that. So you should do your next book about that. But it's so cool because you have a co-author on this book, Carson, right?
Yeah, Carson Smith is my co-writer. She is a comedian. She's hysterically funny. Carson and I have been working together for years. She was my head of development for my production company for many, many years. And over the past 4 or 5 years, her and I have pitched and sold TV shows together, scripted series. We've worked on lots of Impractical Jokers projects together. She's helped run my live tour as well and helped launch all of my previous books. And so when we realized that we could sell a children's book series, her and I came up with the concept about a group of kids whose parents work at Area 51 and they have to save the day. And then it kind of wrote itself. Like we went out and pitched it together and sold it to Penguin Random House. They bought 3 immediately from us. Wow. And she's hysterically funny, very sharp. She's also a Jeopardy champion.
What?
No way. That's so crazy.
And she's gorgeous.
So cool.
Yeah. I'm looking at her picture. I'm like, you're like, oh, we had those challenges of being awkward in high school. I'm like, I don't think so. She's gorgeous. I have a feeling she was fine. But it's so cool because, again, if you have kids that age, which I do, Area 51 was so on trend last year with that whole Area 51 social media conspiracy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the swarming. And so all the kids know about it. And yet you do get like the thing where all the aliens come out and you get to see all the aliens. I just think it's such a cool concept that you guys came up with. And it probably just reads like so fast.
Yeah.
It does. That's the way all our books read. Our books are written just like a TV show would be written because that's my background is in TV development. So it's super fast-paced, action-packed, cliffhanger-ending chapters with very direct verb choices that just keep you moving. Yeah. You're just gonna. It's the kind of book you
don't want to put down.
I think I consider our books immensely readable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just easy and fun to get through.
And we're almost just 100 days from summer here on Long Island, so beach read for all the kids, right?
Sure. My wife and I have been doing a 40-day ab challenge to get in shape for the Long Island summer.
Oh my God. What does that mean?
You're going to come to Long Island this summer, right?
I'll be there on Long Island to show it off, but how it works, the abs, we'll see. I should stop drinking the soda though. There you go.
Well, we drink wine on this podcast. I don't know if we told you this.
Long Island wine, yes.
So we're drinking Long Island wine.
Yes.
What is your wine of choice? I grow. I mentioned I grow everything. I have a vineyard in my backyard.
Get out.
So it depends.
I grow grapes.
Yeah,
That's
Sharon.
crazy.
Sharon loves. Was it Sauvignon or Chardonnay?
Chardonnay. I love
and I'm
Chardonnay.
a Cab Franc. I'm a Cab Franc kind of person. So
Got it.
Yeah.
My wife and I will open a murder mystery box. They're usually right here somewhere, but we'll open a murder mystery box. We do like one a week on date night, and open 2 bottles of white wine, and we start to try to solve this murder mystery with the fireplace going.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
So cool. I've never heard of that.
I usually go live. I go live on social media like when we start, before we start drinking the wine. And then 2 hours later, I'll go live again when we think we've solved the murder. But at this point, we're 2 bottles in.
Yes.
It's very fun.
Oh my God, what social media channel do you go live on for that so that we can follow you?
Instagram, I'll go live.
Your Instagram?
The last time we went live, like 2 weeks ago, I think we were live for an hour straight.
Oh my gosh.
Solving the mystery. It was very, very fun.
And it's amazing how people will tune into that. I mean, I think I would.
I would.
I know.
I totally
and
would.
I'm also just relieved to know that you can still do an ab challenge while you drink 2 bottles of wine, because that's kind of what I'm about.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I just think it's such a cool concept. And so is your next step like getting into movies? Like you're already.
Everything we do is with the intention of developing it as a TV show or movie. So with that being said, Area 51 is being developed into a live-action TV series for kids.
That's awesome.
Stowaway, my serial killer book, is being developed as a movie. Don't Move is being developed as a movie, and the screenplay is awesome.
Wow.
That's always the goal for every book we write. The intention is always to further develop it and sell it as either a TV show or movie.
Have you seen that Only Murders in the Building with?
I love it.
Yeah. So when you cast your podcasters who are following whatever true crime it is in your movie, I'm just saying, Sharon and I. Okay.
Got it. I have a couple ideas.
We'll be here for you.
We'll be the podcasters that do the true crime. This is so cool. And you guys, your new season is coming out for Impractical Jokers as well.
April 2nd, a brand new episode right after the NCAA Final Four game on Saturday, April 2nd. I mean, the moment the game ends, we will be simulcast on TNT, True TV, and TBS at the same time.
Wow.
Brand new supersized episode with celebrity guest Eric Andre as in The Punishment. And brand new season starts in June. Every episode now ends with a different celebrity guest in The Punishment. We just filmed with Chris Jericho, the wrestler, last week. We filmed with Brooke Shields. We filmed with the two.
Oh, all the Long Islanders.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna be great. It's
That's so
fun.
cool. That's so cool.
And then I'm out there in Long Island performing at the Paramount.
I
I know. We were
it's-
just
yeah.
going to talk about that. That's crazy.
On Friday, April 8th, I'll be at the Paramount in Huntington. If you want, go to murrlive.com to get tickets. And I'll be there all this week. All next week for the book launch at all Long Island schools, the whole week, appearing in person.
That's awesome.
To all the students, signing copies and doing Q&A. And then I do a virtual book launch for Area 51. If you can't come to those schools, just go to area51novel.com and you can join from your home on Saturday, March 19th. And it's an hour-and-a-half launch event. It's hysterically fun. You get an autographed copy of the book, a poster. It only costs the price of one book. I mail you an autographed copy.
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
tons of giveaways and ticket giveaways.
Oh, we're coming.
Special
I've decided.
We're gonna be
coming.
there.
We're going to be there.
Obviously. with all of our
Zoom
kids.
from your home.
With all of our kids, we're the
Yeah.
perfect demo for you
Great.
because we're
Absolutely.
we're the people buying those books for the kids. So,
Exactly.
And they're all like, again, super fans of yours. Can I just ask you, like, when someone does go to your show at the Paramount, what does that look like? What do you do?
Oh my God, it's the best part of my job. It really is. It's ostensibly a stand-up comedy show, right? So like,
Right.
I'm up there. It's just like the Joker's tour. I'm up there telling stories from the TV show, from my own life. I shot a bunch of hidden camera challenges for the live show you can't see anywhere else.
I'm so scared.
And then because of I've played at the Paramount before with the guys, because of that very specific venue and their technology in the venue, that night I will be able to play Impractical Jokers live on stage.
This is what scares me.
Yeah. See?
What I mean by that is I'm going to go and send someone out with an earpiece onto the streets of Long Island into Huntington, where I'm telling them what to say and do,
Oh my God.
and they're being beamed onto the giant screen, movie screen behind me, and I'm telling them from inside the theater what to say and do on the streets of Long Island.
That
You
is
are gonna-
hilarious.
So funny.
You can't go wrong with a hidden camera and earpiece on the streets of Long Island.
No.
You just
Seriously.
there's just so much gold.
Absolutely.
There you go. That's going to be awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to put all of this stuff in the notes so that our listeners can follow you on Instagram and buy the book and on Amazon, right? I guess as well,
Yeah,
and
any of your books are
everywhere you
sold,
get
Amazon,
books.
Barnes and Noble. Yeah.
And
Super exciting. That's
I just think it's
awesome.
really cool that you're this really great role model, and I just want
Yeah.
to thank you for being such a great role model for the kids. As a mom, as two moms, it's really important.
That's very kind. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They can look up to you, you make them laugh, but you
Yeah.
also give them great things to challenge their brain a little bit, which is terrific.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, well,
Thanks,
come,
guys. This is a lot of
yeah,
fun.
this is fun. Thanks.
I can't
Come
wait to
back
see you
on.
at the Paramount. I'm coming.
I know, yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
going.
I kind of wish I was drinking wine with you
Why
guys.
not? I don't understand what happened.
Well, later.
We
If I
told
didn't get the
you.
memo. I would have
Yeah.
opened the bottle with my wife.
Listen, hey, I'll
yeah.
bring you a bottle of Long Island wine at the Paramount.
What's your wine of choice?
We do Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio. We love it.
Okay,
Oh, that's
perfect.
good.
All right, Pinot Grigio, got it.
Yeah.
So we will see you at the Paramount on what's the date? Actually, the
April
17th.
8th, he said.
Friday,
June 10th.
Oh,
June-
June 8th.
June,
I have
Did I get
June
it wrong?
10th. June 10th.
Friday, June 10th.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Friday,
June
June 10th at
That's
the
right. I'm at
Paramount.
the Wollfer Theater in Boston on April 8th. I'm at the Paramount on June 10th.
On June
That's
10th,
awesome.
everybody on Long Island should go there, and then we'll get your book. It's available now.
Yeah.
And Impractical Jokers, right back in April, and we're excited. Amazing time slot for you guys,
Yeah.
which just goes to show all your success. Congratulations, and come back anytime.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time. Take care.
Thanks, Murr.
Bye.
Okay, Sharon, so loved him.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
his
loved
book
him.
sounds awesome. I went home and told my kids all about it,
Yeah.
and we're going to get it. And by the way, we have a giveaway of the book.
Yes.
So for our hot teas, follow our Instagram because we're going to announce the giveaway for the assigned book from Murr for you. And even more so, our good friends and our partners
I know, I'm so excited about
at
this.
the Paramount are giving away 2 tickets to see Murr on June 10th at his live show. And also, in addition to those, you and I are going to go to that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because now that we know what he's going to do there, gold.
Gold, and we promised him Long Island wine.
Yeah, we also made some commitments. So yeah, we're going to do a giveaway to the tickets. You can go see him and you can get his book. So please go to Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, and we'll tell you all the rules.
Yep.
Bree will put it up there, or Caroline will put it up there. And we're going to do a giveaway. So
I'm
that's
so
exciting.
excited about that.
And also, one of the things we said we were going to do after this, and so, we have our Amazon page where we list our favorite things.
Yeah.
We're going to put his book on our page. It's
Okay.
amazon.com/shop/discover Long Island, where we put our favorite things up there. And so we started a new page called the Book Club. And we're going to put his book up there.
Yeah.
And plus we were talking about like Coach Monica's book
Right.
that I'm obsessed with, and Kendra Hall's
Kendra Hall,
book.
exactly, which is
And
awesome.
and our favorite books, because I don't think we'll put Elon Musk's books up there because
No.
I think it's a little over. Sharon didn't like them.
I didn't
Sorry,
like 'em.
Elon Musk, your
But-
books didn't make the cut.
You know what's, well, I'll save that for Celebrity Tea.
Oh.
Celebrity.
What? Just say it.
So they just welcomed their new baby girl.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Y.
Of course it is.
His son is named X. And his-
XY. Okay, so
His
this is
name
why
is
Sharon
Y.
doesn't want to put
I
Elon
can't.
Musk's
I'm
books
sorry.
on there. It's fine.
Sorry.
Okay, so his books will not be on there. We will not bore you with his AI books, but we've got some really good books on there because I think Coach Monica's book. I'm super. Did I tell you about Coach Monica from Cheer?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because I was telling Lisa Black about her. She's wrote a book about leadership, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm like, please, yes. And of course, Kendra Hall, which did Stories That
Storytelling.
Stick, and then Choose Your Story, Change Your Life, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so needed right now for everybody. So go to our Amazon page, amazon.com/shop
slash
discover Long Island. I don't know, something like that. And you can get Murr's book right away too if you don't want to risk not winning it in the.
I was so excited about it. I went home and I purchased the ticket to the virtual book tour.
Oh, cool.
Which he's doing over Zoom. And it sounds like really interesting. I was like, I didn't know what it was. And I was like asking Caroline, I'm like, did they send you? Because so when he's coming to Long Island doing his book tour, he's talking to assemblies of school
Kids.
districts.
Yeah,
which
I
is
love that.
awesome.
My kids are angry. They were like, he's not coming to my school.
Right. But
Murr.
same with Braden. And because this is, like I said to you, this is our white noise. News 12 is your white
Yes.
noise. Impractical Jokers is my white noise.
Oh, the kids love it.
because they're funny.
And you know what I love that he said, which is totally true? It's one of the few shows that you can actually watch the whole family.
As a family, exactly.
And everybody can enjoy it. So
Yeah.
what a cool dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But spring is in the air. And for Long Island, it's funny because everyone's like, spring means summer.
Right? Automatically, the first 50-degree weather. But one of the things that is happening is Adventureland. And that's such a Long Island thing is that it's good weather time when Adventureland opens their doors for the season.
Yeah.
And they're opening March 26th. And they're celebrating their 60th birthday.
So awesome. Family owned business. I was just talking about them. I did another interview for an Arizona news outlet this week, and they were like, what is there to do for families? I'm like, there's one of the best theme parks.
Yeah.
And it's owned by a family. And they have a new ride this year. They have
Fireball.
they have a huge
I
new,
just want to sing Pitbull.
they have a whole new roller coaster this year.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And you know what they did last year is they actually started serving alcohol for the first time.
I read that and I was like, God bless America.
Seriously, because if they can serve beer and wine at Chuck E. Cheese, come on,
Come
Adventureland.
on. It's Adventureland all the way.
Exactly.
All
they have
the way.
So they started selling alcohol for the first time last year at Tony's Tavern, and this year they're going to have wine slushies.
What?
Right up our alley.
That sounds awesome.
Cayman Jack margaritas and limited edition a Land Ale, which is only available at Adventureland. So I
Oh my
wonder if,
God.
like, they're making their own beer.
That's awesome. And by the way, their food, Chris, remember when we went there and filmed our segment? Bomb.
It is, and it's
Their
so
food
fun.
is so good.
It's a small amusement park. It's not like you're not exhausted by the end of it.
Oh,
Type
yeah.
of thing. It's small and doable. You know what I mean?
And it's
Like,
one price.
It's one
And you get
price,
to do everything.
exactly. I love
so
it.
Adventureland, 60th year anniversary, made it through the pandemic. Cheers to Adventureland.
Cheers.
I love them.
And we can't wait for you to open because that means summer kickoff.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of stuff for, I guess it's kind of Long Island Life / travel tea.
Okay.
But all of it, including
Right,
Adventureland. Because there's a really cool tour, and I don't have all the details, so I'm sorry. I have like 4 pages where my notes are.
Yeah,
'cause
you have
it's
like
been
a
this kinda
notebook,
week.
your phone.
It's on my phone. It's
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah.
But I write things down as I see them throughout the week. And Stony Brook has a really cool women's history tour.
Yeah. So we have the details right here.
Alyssa's so
amazing.
good. Okay, what's it say?
The museum has a.
All right, so tell me what it says.
2 centuries of Long Island women artists, 1800 to 2000.
At the Long Island Museum?
At the
Yeah.
Long Island Museum in Stony Brook. Paintings,
Oh,
sculptures,
this is what I was
photographs.
telling you and Bree about, Chris. The Long Island Museum just reopened. It's the first time since the pandemic.
Right.
And it's right in the heart of Stony Brook.
So they have paintings, sculptures, photographs, prints, and fiber arts by more than 70 women hailing from the East River to the East End.
Oh, that's awesome.
love it.
But Stony Brook Village also has like some kind of walking tour. Anyway, we'll post the details on our notes, but I thought that was really cool. Stony Brook Village is like always, that Gloria Rocchio.
Oh, we love her.
She is fierce, and she's always on trend. Thank you so much. Okay, the other thing I got super pumped about, the Ingeman Theater in
Yes.
Northport?
Yeah.
This theater I love. I think it's the only for-profit theater on Long Island, but they get like the actual people that
From
did
Broadway.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Right. They get the same Broadway actors because we're right connected to New York City. It makes sense. And it's a beautiful theater. And they have Rock of Ages.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Oh my God,
Yes,
I'm
that's
so
gonna be
excited.
awesome. Babylon's, I think it's called the Babylon Theater
Yeah.
or Suffolk Theater or something like that.
Okay.
They have Mamma Mia.
Oh.
I love it. So
Okay,
we're-
that's fun.
Yeah, I think I'm
now,
gonna-
I like what?
Argyle Theater. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say the Argyle. Those are our people, the Argyle Theater. That's a great family-owned theater,
Yes,
too.
Yeah. So they have
They have Mamma Mia?
Now. It's going on now.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I love our local theaters, by
I
the way.
know.
They're amazing. We have so many of them. And I'm super pumped about Rock of Ages. The other thing I was going to tell you, Hubble Space Telescope exhibit at Cradle of Aviation
Ooh.
right now. And the other cool thing, I feel like we're all coming back after the pandemic, so there's
Yeah.
like all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
The Chocolate Expo is back March 27th at the Cradle of Aviation, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
All chocolate all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bring on the chocolate.
Don't do it after you've spent the day at Adventureland drinking wine slushies. Maybe space that out.
Yeah. Get a hotel room,
Yeah, no, but that chocolate event is huge.
It is
and we
huge,
haven't
yeah.
had it for 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of them.
you can
we
do both.
Yeah, and we just got contacted today by the Oyster Festival, right?
Oh, are they
Yeah.
back?
So they called. They're like, they want to work with us.
Oh
on
my God,
advertising and stuff.
Danielle
So-
and I were just talking
I
about them
know.
yesterday. Oh, good, because we always take Lily there.
So many things are coming back. Where we, here we are. Long Island's back at it again.
It feels like we're back.
We are.
Except for gas prices.
And
Justine's working on this awesome press release for car-free destinations, of which we are because we have the Long Island Railroad.
Yes.
They can go anywhere. You don't even need to take your car. Take
I
the
love
LI
it.
Double
That's
R.
awesome. See?
Take the ferry. Go to Fire Island. You don't need a car.
Yeah.
It's
No,
awesome.
That is amazing.
What were you about to say?
I was just going to tell you how much I spent this morning on filling up my tank. I wanted
brutal.
to vomit.
Brutal.
$90. I was like,
Oh
what?
my God. Kinsey and her siblings and friends went to a concert in Brooklyn last
I am
night.
so proud of her.
Oh my God. I was stress level 10. Chris, they made it back alive. Chris was in my office last night at like 6 o'clock and I was like sweating, stressing because she got into a pretty serious car accident right after she got her license and totaled her car. And so she's a nervous driver anyway. And I'm nervous driving to Brooklyn in the city on the LIE at night after a bomb cyclone.
You're not a nervous driver.
Sharon hates my driving because she's like, I'm just like all over the She says I'm a bad driver.
You're not a nervous driver.
I feel like I am a nerd. You think I go too fast and like what?
I just don't think you're
I'm just distracted driver.
You're distracted, yeah.
But she made it back alive. But why was I talking about that? Going to the city. I can't remember what we just said.
We were talking about gas prices.
Gas prices. And she was, her Jeep, 2009, she gets like 11 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not driving unless everyone pays me. This is expensive.
She's like requesting Venmo from her friends.
Yeah, because I don't pay for her gas.
Yeah.
You know, she works.
She works, exactly.
Yeah,
you want the car, you want it. Yeah.
Exactly. And everyone's really rethinking that drive trip right now.
You know what's so funny, though, is like we are making sure that, like, you know, I feel like the younger generation does not want to drive, and I don't blame them, to be honest. Like, if I don't have to drive, I don't
driving.
want to.
Hate it.
I don't want to at all. Like, I want to be that. I want to just be that person and be like, no, I don't have a car.
Only thing I like less than driving is flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know,
But, like,
I'm in the
there's
travel
so many
industry, and I'm like,
people-
every time I fly, I'm like,
Stress.
yeah, I
Yeah.
hate it.
I know.
It's so scary because I'm a control freak. And
Yes.
I'm like, what's the pilot doing? What's going on up there?
I don't mind flying as
Yeah,
long as, like,
how's it going?
I just don't like being stuck, like when you land and you can't get off the plane, like there's, you know, we're still circling, or you can't get up out of your seat. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like,
Yeah.
get me out of this plane.
You're
I'm
totally
done.
claustrophobic,
Yes,
psycho. I love that
psycho.
about you. Okay, so any other Long Island life that you want to talk about? Because I was going to go into celebrity because we had a great interview today, so
We
I don't
really
want to go
did.
over for Alyssa.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we covered it. A lot of the things are like those St. Patrick's Day parades that are happening in downtown.
So basically,
many.
we'll put it in the notes, but let me just. There's a St. Patrick's Day in every village.
Right, and a lot of also we
Parade.
just did a blog post on
Yeah.
fun things to do in March. So
Okay. And plus, you know, all the breweries, and,
Oh my
and there's a
God.
Long Island TV about the breweries in Riverhead, which
Yeah.
are awesome. By the way, one of the suggestions we got recently was to maybe venture out of wine
I was thinking, you know, like St. Patrick's Day,
and talk about some of the beers on Long Island.
I'm all
and I
for
love
it.
that. I love that.
There's so many breweries that I actually
love beer.
I don't love beer, but
I do.
Like, there's so many local breweries that I love to just hang out with. You know,
What'd
like
you say?
they have cider, exactly.
Oh, cider.
Or they'll have like
I love beer. I do.
Seltzers,
I
thank
can
you.
only drink a couple because I get full, but there's
that's
like,
why I hate it. I'm like,
which is
so-
probably better for me.
yeah,
you know,
like maybe you won't,
just tone it down.
Maybe have a beer or two.
I know. I love beer. So we're thinking about doing that. Let us know what you think about that.
Yeah.
DM us or email us about whether we should venture out into beer. Also, okay, here's a couple things celebrity I want to tell you.
Okay.
So in case people are watching The Gilded Age, are you watching this on HBO? I'm not watching The Gilded Age either, but I know a lot of people that are. Just so you know, filmed right here. It's being filmed as we speak on Long Island.
Long Island.
All of those backdrops are at Old Bethpage Restoration, I think
Wow.
is where they are. Yeah.
In that one location, that's amazing.
Yeah. The Gilded Age from HBO is being filmed here. And big news, speaking of Jones Beach Theater, Chris Rock and Kevin Hart are coming. It's called the Rock Heart, I think Heart Rock,
Rock
something.
Heart Tour?
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. And
Oh
Chris
my
is shaking
God,
his head.
they're
He's like,
gonna be
I don't know what you're talking
hysterical.
about.
Did you watch Kevin Hart's stand up on Netflix? Like
No.
the most recent one?
No.
Oh my God, do it.
I
It
love
is
him.
So
I love
funny.
his TikTok.
He's so funny.
But Jones Beach Theater 721 sounds like my jam.
So wait, did Jones Beach come out with their summer list?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
they keep adding people, and Chris Rock. I mean, those are two
Major.
iconic
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see the Plaza Suite. Did I tell you that?
No.
With Sarah Jessica Parker and
and-
Matthew Broderick.
Oh my God, really?
This was my birthday present 3 years ago.
Why have? Oh, because it was shut
Yep.
down and all that. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna go see
So
that? That's awesome.
I freaked out because I'm actually at a conference in Pittsburgh on that day, but it's the last day of the conference. So I
cut
told
out.
Thomas, I'm like, I will fly into JFK
JFK.
LaGuardia. You can pick me up on the way. And he's like, you're going to be so tired. I'm like, listen, not too tired for SJP.
no, no way.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
Jones Beach List. Okay.
Who else we got? We got a ton. Tim McGraw and Russell Dickerson.
Okay.
The Jones Beach Air Show OVS.
So pumped about that.
Yeah.
And Lily will be there too.
Yep, we'll be there. We'll
Oh
probably do
my
the pod
God. I
live
love
there.
that. I'm
Put it in the notes too.
so
Wait a
excited.
minute. Nick Cannon presents Wild and Out.
I can't handle him.
I love that show.
No, I can't handle it. You know, he has an 8th baby now?
Yeah, I can't.
Another
I
one?
know. I know.
Another one. I can't.
He's got like how many kids? 8?
Also, what women are continuing to have
They just
be
keep
his baby
going.
mama. Like
They're like, you know
I think
what?
it was
Sure.
Jimmy Fallon. Somebody told him I think they made a joke and gave him like a condom machine for his house. Like, get it together, Nick
Oh,
Cannon.
yes. No, it was Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Sent it to him. Yes.
Yes, I love Kevin Hart.
And like all the baby mamas was like highly insulted by it. Like, come on,
Oh,
it's Kevin
please. Come. What is anyway? That's some celebrity. Okay. Any other celebrity? Because
Hart. Let's hear your anxiety.
I have some severe anxiety.
I think we all do, but let's do it.
I think we all do. It's been so much. Did you hear about Brittany? Is it Grimer from the WNBA? I'm going to have to go to my notes for this one. Alyssa was trying to help me like beef up my font on my
So you could see
notes. Brittany Grinder, WNBA superstar. She's on the Phoenix Mercury.
Okay.
She's amazing. She's being detained in Russia right now
Oh my God.
on drug charges.
In Russia.
Yeah. They're like quote unquote drug charges.
Oh my
They detained
God.
her. And here's the part. We're in Women's History Month, right?
Right.
So here's the part that kind of like gets me all fired up. Okay. And
Really
it's
grinds your gears.
Really grinds me. Brittany is first of all, she's like an icon, and I don't know what the deal is, right? You don't know what's happening, but obviously it's Russia. So let's
Right.
just all agree that they can't be trusted.
Right.
She makes the WNBA, okay, has a supermax salary for the women, WNBA, of $228,000 a year.
Are you kidding?
No matter what
How-
you win, no matter how good you are,
They're all capped?
Yep, they are
Oh
capped.
my God.
For even though the NBA
Yeah.
makes millions of
Millions.
dollars. So she's capped at 220. So a lot of the
Oh
women,
my God.
I read this whole article, I was dying. So a lot of the women play in Russia, Ukraine, and Europe, and she gets $1 million to play in Russia in her off season.
Wow.
So she makes her money playing
so now
there.
she's being detained.
So now her life is at stake
Oh my
because,
God.
women just can't make the same amount of. Did you hear that the U.S. soccer finally got their equal rights payment to be able to make the same? I mean,
Oh my God.
women's soccer is way more cool than men's soccer. Let's
Right.
be honest. I went to that parade that they went to. You're laughing. Why are you laughing at me?
Because I think that you're so funny.
I went to that parade in the city. I was like bawling when they
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
It was so they're such ballers.
I
I
know.
love them. Women's soccer is like the most exciting sport, and the fact that they don't make the same and they can't make the same, they do now because they. Anyway,
WNBA needs to get on it
together.
Yeah, totally.
Now your superstar,
Ugh.
like the number one person in
Makes
your
me
league, is
so
being
mad.
detained in Russia because you can't just pay a salary that she's deserved.
Because she's playing in Russia for
Yeah.
the extra money. That's unbelievable.
Girly, I'm like on fire about this.
don't blame
Obviously,
you.
I can't. I read this article and I was like, thank God we have a podcast.
Yes.
Where I can talk
Let's
about
get-
these
spill
things.
it.
I don't know what I would do otherwise.
Yeah.
What did we do before this outlet?
I don't know. Honestly, I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, where? I think you and I just sat here and we said, and then at one point we're like, let's record this.
Honestly, this is such a healthy outlet.
It is. Oh
for
man,
us.
it's our therapy.
I know.
I gotta
And,
say, it's my therapy.
there was a whole thing on the Today Show about like dealing with stress today, and they were like, they did this whole thing. My kids were there, and we were watching it before school, and they were like, 67% of people say that the pandemic has changed their life forever, and I'm like, only 67%?
Seriously? Not 60.
And then they were like, 82% of people say that watching the Ukrainian war is horrific. I'm like, 80? Is this news?
80
Why
what
is this news?
happening? The fact, though, of the matter is, you're watching war on TikTok now these days.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's so, like, my sisters and I will send these TikToks back and forth, and I am bawling in my kitchen. And my husband's like, tell them to stop sending it to you. And I'm like, I can't. These
Yeah.
women and
It's
babies
horrible. They hit a
and-
maternity. I can't even talk about what's happening
I
in the
know,
Ukraine right now.
I
But
know.
but the fact that the kids are not the kids, everybody's getting their news on TikTok because it's coming out before. So speaking of,
And the president of Ukraine is like
He's-
literally like
he's a cutie.
He's on TikTok and he's like he did one post
amazing.
where he's like, it's spring and it's snowing and it's suffering, like this is what we're doing, but we're gonna win. And then he just gave a wink at the end.
Oh, he is a superstar.
And there was like a comment on the end on the bottom where one woman was like, He just impregnated half
Oh
of
my
the
God.
United States by that wink. And it's
He's
so
an
true.
actor. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did the voice for Paddington Bear.
What?
Yes, in like Russia's version, but
He's an actor in real life. But you know what? He is, I think,
him and his wife, I just love them.
I mean, not to downplay what he's doing by
No,
any means, but I have to
100%.
say, like, I kind of feel like what we did during COVID, coming out of nowhere, being like this little bitty organization and taking on all of these national, DMOs that have tons of money and budgets. That's what he's doing as a country. He came
He's
out.
literally saying like
He's a global leader right
Oh my
now, and he
God.
is showing the world what he's made of.
he's incredible. Just every single
I'm not sure you can
aspect of
tell.
what he's doing.
Sharon and I like him.
He's like all over everything. TikTok,
I'm-
you know what I mean? Like he's got the time to talk to videotape the fact that it's snowing in springtime
fighting for his country.
in Ukraine right now, and he's like,
I love it. Fighting for his country. Can I don't necessarily want to close on this, so we might have to think of something else to talk about. But the other big anxiety thing, Alyssa, have you heard of the Juno spiders?
what?
I think they're called Juno spiders. This is a huge story. Judo.
Judo?
Oh.
What is this?
Have you heard this? And so, speaking of, so this was on TikTok first because I
Okay.
was telling it was on the Today Show today, and my kids are like, "Yeah, we saw it on TikTok already." Okay, everybody knows this. The East Coast is going to be infested in the spring
I can't.
with judo spiders.
Is it like locusts where they like
okay?
develop
okay,
after
okay.
so many years?
These spiders, also called parachute or jumping spiders, are the size of your palm.
No. Shut it
Okay.
down.
And they are known.
What you want to close on?
No, she does not want to close on this.
They are known to fly through the air using their webs like a parachute.
Like
So-
Spider-Man.
They fly through. Oh, and they're huge and they're
Oh my
colorful. They're like,
God.
yes. Oh my God. Here's the good news. They don't bite you. Their
Okay.
fangs aren't, even if they did, their fangs aren't long enough to break the surface. They're very timid. And so it was a great comment from Savannah on the Today Show because the guy was like, if you happen to walk into their web, they're super timid. They'll run away. And she's like, what about psychological damage? Because if I walk into a spider web, I am losing
yes,
it.
100%
I
for
am
like
a
days.
psycho.
Days. Like after you step in or walk
911.
through, you're like,
911.
I still feel it on me. Like you can't.
I'm literally PTSD.
Yes.
For a straight, I don't even know how long. But yeah, so what the heck? Okay, universe.
That sounds like Spider-Man though, right?
So they said it was more like these spiders are more like Charlotte's Web.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I love
you
Charlotte.
know they're like Charlotte's Web, where they're like they come down and they're like nice
And
and,
they're like,
they don't
"Hello."
bite you,
Okay.
but they're pretty, but they're big.
Okay.
So when you see a judo
Size of your
slash
palm.
parachute spider, I'm like, now we've got that to look forward to.
It's like the stink bugs.
Just when
Do you
we're,
know what
I
stink
can't.
bugs?
They're everywhere.
Okay. Have you ever killed one?
No,
No.
I don't touch bugs.
I didn't know that you were not
I s-
supposed to kill a stink
'Cause they
bug.
stink.
Because they stink. Like horrific.
Well, yeah.
Horrific. Like I killed one and I was like, oh God, what is that smell?
No.
And that stench. And it lasted for days.
Well, you know what? We can end on one thing. And this is also a terrible thing to end on, but but at least these spiders on Long Island, they don't bite you, they don't hurt you. Long Island doesn't really have those kinds of things. Where my best friend Jay
Can't.
posted
With
this thing.
scorpions?
Well, scorpions are horrible.
Yeah.
If we ever step on scorpion, there's like babies. I'm like, it's horrible. Nightmarish. But she was hiking and she posted this thing on her Facebook of it's spring. So there were two rattlesnakes
Oh.
like intertwined, like cobras, like
Oh, God.
flailing all around and intertwined. And I was like, she's like, oh my God, I almost stepped on them. I'm like, 911.
Yeah.
Again, I don't
Yeah.
know what you're saying right now, but I think I would just pass out if I
would-
saw two rattlesnakes
Two
like that.
snakes, like I can't even
This is why I
handle a
hate it.
garden snake.
In Arizona, they're always like, let's go hiking. I'm like, no.
Nope.
I don't want to be amongst your scorpions and snakes.
No.
I would take the judo Charlotte's Web spider
Yes, same.
over that.
Same.
So fine.
Like
rats.
rats, snakes, nope.
Rats. Oh.
Well,
Although,
it's like
did
a
you ever see
thing-
The Secret of Nim?
Yes.
That was such a
yes,
Chris knows that movie, and they're
yes.
like, anyway, okay. So Alyssa's going. She's freaking out. So
Are
anyway,
we like way over?
yeah, we're way over. So listen, here's what I'll say is we have another great show for you next week.
Yes.
We are going to be back. Send us your DMs and your emails with your
Uncorked
advice.
Advice.
Yeah, and we've got even more to read to you next week, and we've got another special guest.
I'm excited for her.
I know,
She's going to be awesome.
And cheers to all the women in our country who are doing great things for Women's Month, and here's to a great Long Island spring and summer.
Cheers.